How you doing, man? Trust your week is going great. Yes, you guessed right. We're still inside. The cold chased us in. But it's only for just for a couple of months. I believe by March, when spring comes in, March, end of March, early April, you can go back and continue walking outside. But right now, some people are doing it. Some brave guys are doing it. I'm just not brave enough. I mean, I'd rather just break a sweat in the gym versus, break a sweat in the cold. Because that's also very devastating. Because if the cold air should find a way into your jacket, you're pretty much playing with pneumonia. All right. So this week, we're staying on the same topic. It's all about competitors and competition. Last episode, we identified ways to identify who our competitors are in the market, either direct or indirect. Today, I just want to share a few tips on what you can continually do to constantly keep you ahead of your competition. And how do you notice that you are ahead of your competition? When you are the first choice of the consumers, when your product is the first choice of consumers. I'll give you a classic example. For many decades, for many years, Coca-Cola had been trumping Pepsi in this competitive race. But very recently, Pepsi surpassed Coca-Cola. You understand? But that didn't mean that Coca-Cola is, going to stop. They're going to constantly and continually be looking for ways to outperform Pepsi. That's a very healthy competition right there. So what is Pepsi doing? And what did Pepsi do to be able to surpass Coca-Cola? What did Subway do to be able to surpass McDonald's for a minute? And what did McDonald's do to come back and take the number one position, which Subway, I think, stayed or held for quite a few years. So I'm going to share some classic things that you can continuously do. There are other things you must do to give your business the edge, but these are classics. Okay, the first value you bring to any customer is solving a customer's pain points. That's the first thing. So provided you're constantly doing that, you will always be at the top of the mind for your customers. So you must always find and solve your customers' pain points. You understand what I said? It's very critical. Find. That's the key. Finding it, understanding it, and then providing a compelling solution to those pain points. That keeps you top of mind for your audience. All right? Another important one is don't follow the Joneses. Find a niche in the market. Find a niche in the market. No matter what you're doing, try and create a niche around yours. I'll give you an example. There was this when the pizza race became very tough in Canada in the late 90s, early 2000s. Was pretty much dominated by Pizza Hut and Domino Pizza. Then these guys came into the market. I think they're called Quizmo Pizza or something like that. I can't remember their name, but I remember their brand promise. And their brand promise was, and that was their niche, if we don't deliver in 30 minutes, it's on us. That means if you don't bring your pizza to you in 30 minutes, it's free. That was the first time that brand promise was coming into the market. And obviously, based on that brand promise, based on that simple slogan, everybody paid attention and started patronizing them. Today in Canada, they are also one of the leaders. And that same brand promise that they created has been adopted and used by others. All right? So always make sure you find your niche in your market, because that is one of the ways you are going to be, showing that extra level that you bring to the market. Another way is to look for your specialization and your strengths, and that is what you should focus on. All right? It's very, very important. Next one, to keep you ahead of your competition, is pricing. Make sure you're always setting compelling pricing that allows and supports your profitability. It's very important, guys. Don't make that mistake. Make sure the price point that you're putting in out there supports your profitability. You are not in the business to create war or fight competition. You are in the business to make profit and to have an healthy business. Because if you go into a price war and you're pricing your products below your cost, you will not only fail, you're going to be out of business. All right. So it's very important that you set competitive pricing, but make sure that you stay profitable when setting those prices. All right. Another key one is to always create that business mindset and business focus and business structure that keeps you ahead of your competition. Okay, how do you do that? Make sure you're constantly getting feedback from your competition or from the customer, sorry. Make sure you're constantly getting feedback from your target audience so you can find the magic there, find their pain points, so you are able to provide solution to solve these pain points. Yeah? And last but not the least, because like I said, there are many things out there, I'm just giving you some key classics. The last but not the least is make sure you give an exceptionally great customer service. Yes, I emphasize exceptionally great because it's very, very important. Your customer service must be exemplary. So that itself will bring people top of mind. Your goal all the time is for the target audience and your consumers to have you as top of mind. You to become the first choice when they think of that product or that service. Okay? All right. Stay blessed. I'm going to stop here for now. Stay blessed and see you in the next episode.